Gina Ritchie, and with me tonight is Bill Abel.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.
I'm glad to have you, Bill. He's the president of GSRA, and we have some exciting news tonight to share with y'all. I hope you've been to GSRA's website and downloaded the Court Reporter Management Committee's recommendations that they'll be voting on September 25th. Now, Bill, the meeting for the Judicial Council is September 25th at 10 o'clock at the Carter Center. Can you go ahead and tell everybody about that?
Yes, that meeting will be starting at 10 o'clock on the 25th. We're asking everybody to be there at 9:15. Right now our plans are we're going to meet in the lobby with our lobbyist, Brad Carver, to go over anything that he needs to inform us about. And we're looking forward to having a large group of court reporters as active participants.
Now, I assume, Bill, you're wearing a suit and tie. I'm not wearing a suit and tie, but I assume that we all are going to dress in business attire. Am I correct?
Absolutely. We definitely want to present ourselves in the best light to the judiciary out of respect and as professionals.
Well, and I hope you all attend because we want a representation of court reporters out there, whether you're officials or freelance reporters. We really do want a large number of court reporters representing our state there. So we look forward to meeting everybody there, and I think Brad is probably going to give us a little update before we go on in.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And am I to understand, you know, you've been around the state, you know, for the last couple of weeks fielding questions and talking to everybody and judges and reporters, and I have too, and everybody keeps asking, will we be able to talk during this meeting? Will we be able to voice our opinion? Will we be able to go through the recommendations with the committee? So for those of you out there that have not been to a Judicial Council meeting before, Bill, why don't you go ahead and educate the audience on that?
Absolutely. We will not be allowed to be active participants by speaking. We'll have to remain silent, as will other people that are there. We're not the only item on the agenda. We're an item of many, but we want to have the largest showing, and hopefully by then the judiciary will have gotten our message of our concerns, and we're going to fight hard up until the very end to make sure that they know where court reporters stand on the key issues that we hope to go over a few tonight with.
Well, and speaking of the key issues, let's go ahead and get to the matters at hand.
Absolutely.
So the matters at hand that we're addressing, of course, are the recommendations in the committee's proposal to the Judicial Council, again, which they'll be voting on. But the one that we want to focus on tonight of most importance is 3.1, digital recording, and specifically paragraph C. Am I correct?
That's correct.
So, Bill, I'm going to hand you this document, which is on the website again, and I hope you all have it in front of you. But why don't you go ahead and tell the audience exactly what the committee is proposing?
Yes. For those who have the page pulled up, it's going to be on page 5, and it's at 3.1, and we're going to focus on C. And I'm going to go ahead and read that for those who do not have the ability to look at it right this second. And I'm going to read it slow enough so you can hear me. And for those that have it, please follow along. It states as follows. Digital recording may not be used as the verbatim recording in death penalty and other felony trials unless 1, authorized by the court and operated according to this policy, or 2, as a secondary record of proceedings under a pilot project of limited duration to study the feasibility of a recording system.
So am I to understand, Bill, breaking it down a little bit for everybody out there, that paragraph is basically saying that they can use digital recording in the courtroom even if a court reporter is available?
That's correct. The way it reads and the way I understand it, and I look forward to being corrected, it could even be used in a death penalty case, the way it reads.
That would be disastrous. So tell me, Bill, we are proposing an amendment to 3.1C, am I correct?
That's correct. And we're proposing an amendment.
And I want to hand that to you now and let you share that. And can we tell our audience out there that we're happy to share this with them on our website?
Sure. And it will be posted on our website. And for those that can't see this, of course, we'll make sure it's posted. But it's going to be a one-sentence recommendation, a one-sentence amendment. And I'm going to go ahead and read it slow, so that those who are following along with their written copy can see the one sentence that we're asking to be added to amend this recommendation. And it states, digital recording may not be used as the verbatim record in death penalty proceedings. Digital recording may be used, 1, upon the unavailability of a certified court reporter and as authorized by the court and operated according to this policy, or 2, as a secondary record of proceedings under a pilot project of limited duration to study the feasibility of a recording system.
I think that's awesome, and you know, I understand this to mean that the courts now may use a digital recording system in their court if a court reporter is unavailable.
That's correct. There's many circumstances that could come up, but only on the unavailability of a certified court reporter.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I was going to ask you why. Why is that so important? Why is 3.1c, the amendment, so important around this state?
Well, it's important for a lot of reasons. Number one, that a certified court reporter is the best method of takedown in the state for producing a record. But there are times through a sickness or some sort of unavailability, there should be a secondary system that takes place.
Gotcha.
Court reporters are not against digital recording. We're against the wide-ranging implications and implementation of digital recording.
I think that's perfect. Well, moving along, our next issue that we'd like to address to the committee's recommendations is paragraph 3.2.
That's correct.
And that's the paragraph dealing with real-time reporting. And as I understand, the committee is recommending just striking through the paragraph entirely. So go ahead and expand upon that for us.
Well, the only way I can expand upon it is by the written word, and this is at 3.2 for those that are following along, and again, for those that don't have it, they'll be able to go to the website of GSRA and GCCRA and pull that off. Basically, they want to strike under 3.2 real-time reporting. It just simply says verbatim, strike, the committee requests withdrawal of this policy pending further consideration. Well,
tell us what then our amendment to the committee, what we're recommending.
Okay, we just want to insert this change and this amendment to it, and we want to insert the following language: the Georgia Shorthand Reporters Association and Georgia Certified Court Reporters Association will be tasked with submitting a real-time capability test to the Board of Court Reporting by June 2015 for those court reporters utilizing real-time reporting in the courtroom setting.
That's awesome. You know, things do change. You know, the future does change. Technology changes, and we all, as court reporters, must adapt. I mean, look at us here doing our first podcast.
That's right.
So it's kind of scary, but, you know, we'll make it through it here. So those are two, basically, the crux of the amendments that we're proposing on next Thursday. Am I correct?
That's correct. That doesn't mean there are not many other issues, but we're focusing right now on the narrow few. That does not mean we're conceding or giving up on other key issues that are very important to many people.
Well, you know, and I appreciate that, because I have read and reread this document, and, you know, there are still questions in my mind, so hopefully, you know, we'll have some clarity next Thursday. And again, I urge everybody to come to seek that clarity. This is your profession, you know, and it's a very important day for all of us. I noticed too on Appendix A, when I was going through the recommendations, that there's a fee schedule. And it certainly doesn't look like the fee schedule that I'm used to seeing. You know, I've been doing this a long time, and it's a one-liner now, and it's quite intimidating. So go ahead and kind of explain that to us.
Well, we could spend hours on the Appendix A. And again, it's Appendix A for those who are going to look at it now or those who are going to download it. Appendix A, you know, causes some great concern. We could spend hours talking about it. I want to say this. We know there are glaring things missing from it, especially what would affect state court reporters. It's a great concern, and we haven't forgotten about it. We are working hard on that.
And I don't want to interrupt you, but this does say criminal cases.
It does say criminal cases. It doesn't address civil cases at all, and we are going to address that. We are looking into proposals, but we want to make sure that everybody studies this so they understand fully what's going on. This will drastically affect our reporters who work in state court, and we are very concerned about that, and we are going to try our best through your efforts of helping us to ensure that you are treated fairly and compensated for the hard work you do on a daily basis.
Well, you know, Bill, I want to educate everybody out there on all of these recommendations, but we just don't have time to go through each line item by item. So again, on the YouTube video, you'll see a comment box. We welcome comments. We post your questions there, and we'll try to answer all of them. We've got a lot of people here tonight with us in the background answering live for us, and so we'll hope we'll get to all of them.
Yes, and I would like to say one thing. I really want everybody to pull off and read the latest Court Reporting Matters Committee recommendations to the Judicial Council. One word that sticks out repeatedly through this is their responses that we misunderstand. I want to assure all the court reporters in the state there is no misunderstanding on our part. We are well aware of the ultimate goal that this presents, and we want to bring it to everybody's attention. There is no misunderstanding on GSRA, GCCRA's part of what this means, and I just want to make sure that's clear to everybody who feels there is one. There is no misunderstanding.
Well, Bill, I know you're really passionate about this issue, as I am. You know, we've been doing this a long time, you and I, and you know, the other board members along with us. I think we counted up over 250 hours of experience. So that's telling, you know, for our profession. And we've had years of training, and we're all skilled professionals. So I don't want anybody to be timid about, you know, who they are and the skills that they have. We should hold our head up high.
Absolutely. We're highly skilled reporters. We're on the cutting edge of technology. We don't have to apologize for anything. We provide the best service at the cheapest price, and anybody who thinks differently, we welcome the challenge and we welcome to debate them, and we feel confident that we would win on every issue.
Well, I'm going to wrap it up now, so I hope to see everybody on the 25th. It's imperative that everybody come, freelance officials. This will trickle down into the freelance world, I believe.
Absolutely, and we need your support. We need your support being there. We need your support supporting our efforts, and we need your input. We don't know everything. We're volunteers, and we look forward to your suggestions, your wise input, and we would really appreciate it.
Well, I want to thank you, Bill, for taking the time to come tonight and doing the podcast with me. I know, like, we're neophytes at this, but maybe we'll get better as the years go on. So thanks again for coming, and thank you for everybody out there.
Yes, and we're going to post this on GSRA.org if you want to listen to it again, and we hope to get it on GCCRA as well. And please, please study the recommendations closely. This is your profession. You need to know what's going on. Thank you.
As they say in show business, it's a wrap.
It's a wrap. Thanks a lot.